Good morning. Good morning, my fellow workers as well as our. So today, we'll be having our Prebid conference, March 21, 2024, at 10 a.m. in the morning. So we have one project to have our Prebid is the contract ID number 24-096, which is the construction of multipurpose building at Kalamansig, Sultan Kudarat. With an appropriation of ABC 2,465,000, duration of 90 calendar days. So this Prebid conference will be presented by our presenter from the planning and design section, and how we would go over these projects. So I think Engineer Risi Daya for the to present the project, representing the planning and design section. So for this, I would like to request Engineer Risi for the presentation of the project. Thank you and good morning.
So we will call on Engineer Brgy for the discussion for our as part of our agenda in our drawings and bill of quantities for the project to be bid on, scheduled April 3, 2024. So,
Good morning. Good morning. Once again, I am Engineer Dayak, and I will be discussing or give brief discussion about this project, construction completion of MVP at Barangay Santa Maria, Kalamansig, Sultan Kudarat. So this is located sa office of the DA, and this project is processing for milk production ng DA. This is the floor plan. The coverage of this plan is 13, almost 16 by 8.5 meters. So as you can see, we have the elevations, including the front, rear, left side, and the right side. As well as there are notes on the bottom side of the plan, which you can see if you have the copy of this project. So we also have the cross-section of this project, the cross-section through X and through Y, including the schedule for doors and windows. So please be mindful of the specification of this project, including the specification of doors. I think ang iba is hindi siya typical na ginagamit sa MPB natin. Next is the details for the ceiling, reflected ceiling plan, including the roof plan, PVC, strip door details, and the rounding details. So the designer includes the installation instruction for the PVC strip door. So prior to installation, unroll all door strips and place them on clean flat surface in a warm atmosphere for a minimum of 24 hours. This will allow the strips to return to their original form. So we have the instruction here. Mount the pre-drilled angle bracket in either the under heater or wall position shown in the diagram 1 using appropriate fastener supplied by others. So the recommended design diameter is 5/16 inches. So this the diagram 1 of the said PVC strip doors. So next is place bolts in a designated holes in an angle referring to bolt placement guide below. So attach strips to bolts in angle, making sure that the concave sides are facing each other. See the diagram 2, starting and ending with orange strips, securing with a 1-foot section of pre-drilled face plates. And last is once all of the door strips have been attached, the strips can be trimmed to leave 1/4 inch of clearance from the floor surface. Your PVC door strips may be trimmed, but using a common utility knife to score and then be torn by hand. The door strips need to hang for 24 to 48 hours before final trim. So please be mindful of the installation instruction, including the notes na include the designer. So this is also the plan instruction and design as your guide, since this project is a processing unit ng milk production. Next is the foundation plans, the details for footings of columns and footings of walls, including the detail for the lavatory and the detail of ramps and stair on field. Please take note that the paint to be used to all steel structure is gray oxide primer with catalyst before applying an enamel paint. So you have the typical detailed beam, roof framing plan, the gutter details, rafter details, and the roof panel side lapping, the G-bolt spacing, and the roofing fixing. And as for the plumbing layout, we have included the septic bolt detail, the trench drain detail, and the foot bath detail. So you have the storm and sanitary drainage layout and the water layout plan. And for the electrical, we have included the load schedule as your guide for the panel board, the lighting layout plan, power layout plan, and please take note that all sizes of service refer to schedule of loads and the motivation. And disconnection switch in coordination to control the panel. So this is a guide for the installation of lightings and installation of outlet. In addition to that, please provide 2 sets of 120 watts wall-mounted LED solar street light, outdoor, glass to dome, security flat, waterproof, and it is full white. Please do submit similar description to electrical engineer for confirmation. And as for the items and description, we commonly use the provision of the office, the permits and clearances, project billboards, signboards, occupancy, safety and health, mobilization and demobilization. And for the civil, mechanical, electrical and sanitary works, we have the structure excavation for common soil, embankment from barrow, embankment from structure excavation, and a gravel pit. And for the finish and civil works, we have structural concrete, reinforcing steel, formworks, and forms works. For finishing and other civil works, we have included the CHB non-load bearing, finishing hardware, heavy duty side hinge ventilator, aluminum glass window, sliding, awning, and fixed type, stainless steel doors and frames. Also, we have the ceiling, which is 4.5 mm fiber cement board of metal frame, the cement plaster finish, reflective insulation. For the painting works, we include the painting works for masonry and steel. For the roof framing and roof works, we have the fabricated metal roofing accessories like flashing and gutter, and use the 0.427 mm thick riptide for pre-painted metal sheets. Structural steel, trusses, purlin, sagrats, and steel plates. Storm drainage and downspouts, bolt and plumbing fixtures, and for electrical, including conduits, boxes and fittings, wires and wiring devices, panel board with main branch breakers, lighting fixtures, and I think that would be all for this project. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you, Ma'am Risi, from the Planning Design section. So next in our agenda, we'll have it's about our bidding documents. So partly, Engineer Risi Dayak discussed about the drawings and some bid of quantities regarding the contracts to be bid. And our bidding documents, it is available sa ating PhilJobs and DPWH website, and regarding sa ating mga discussions sa ating ATB, ang mga GCC, SEC, and some specifications are nandun na po sa ating bidding documents available for download and also for purchase if pupunta kayo sa office. Now, we will proceed to the next discussion, the agenda, the documents to be submitted by the bidders. So for a technical proposal, it consists that, or we label them as a technical component envelope. It consists of the following: legal documents, technical documents, and financial documents. Under your technical legal documents, it should be containing a PhilJobs certificate, platinum, all pages, no? Yung ating Annex A should be attached, and the items indicated should be also updated on the time of the deadline of the traffic of bids. Next is our SE certificate or DEI for sole proprietorship or cooperative development authority, CTA for cooperatives, and equivalent document. Next are mayor's or business permit. Make sure po na updated and reflected din po yung updated na permit, na mayor's permit sa ating PhilJobs. Also with the tax clearance as per EO number 398 series of 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the BIR. So take note din po na dapat indicated din po ito sa ating PhilJobs and updated. Next, part of our technical documents, our technical proposal is our technical document, which consists first the statement of the prospective bidders' ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but yet started. So take note po dito. Meron po yata ng situation sa amin na yung contractor is hindi na-disclose yung recently awarded contract, kaya na-disqualify. So, we're making aware of this. And then next, the statement of bidder singular discompleted contract or SLCC similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided under the rules. So, take note po itong sa first two under yung technical documents, yung statement of ongoing at saka yung statement of singular discompleted contract. Standard format po ang sinusunod dito, which is na-accompanied po dito sa ating bidding documents, no? Na bibilin po ninyo. Next, technical documents will also consist pickup license or special pickup license in case of joint ventures and registration for the type and cost of the contract to be bid. So take note po dito sa pickup license, no? Dalawa po ito yung tinitingnan natin, yung registry tsaka yung validity. Sa registry po ninyo, nakalagay po yung coverage na indicated doon tsaka yung validity nandun po nakalagay. So dapat updated po ito during sa deadline or sa pag-drop nyo ng list na updated siya. Next, original copy of bid security. So meron po tayong different forms of bid security. Pwede pong surety bond, if utility ban pong gagamitin, submit an insurance commission certificate. If you have to use yung iba, meron po tayong option yung original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. So, sinabi dito original. Kaya po yung ating security bond, dapat din po original ang isasubmit. Next are project requirements. Under technical documents, shall include the following. First, the organizational chart for the contract to be bid, list of contractors' key personnel, example given mga project managers, project engineers, materials engineers, and foremen to be assigned to the contract to be bid, with their complete qualifications and experience data. Of course, atas din po dito yung sinasabi natin yung mga licenses, no? And yung, for example, dun sa ating project materials engineer, yung materials engineers accreditation na DPWH. Next is the list of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from equipment vendor or lessor for the duration of project as the case may be. So, one natin dito is yung make sure po na updated, no? Tsaka nagre-reflect po yung pangalan ng firm or yung may-ari sa mga registrations ng mga vehicles, no? And updated din po siya dapat. Next, as per DEO number 11, series of 2017, inclusion of the minimum testing materials equipment in the laboratory and the technical component of the bid. So, meron pong na-attach na certification, no? Together with this list of minimum testing materials. Ang nag-renew po nito or nag-certify of the na updated po yung inyong mga equipment is yung usually nasa regional level, which is the DPWH regional level ng mga quality assurance sa Hydraulic Division, QHD. Sila po yung nag-certify. Next is under technical document pa din, the original duly signed omnibus sworn statement or OSS, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of corporation, partnership, or cooperative, all original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. So, technical po dito sa ating notarized secretary certificate in case of corporation. So, nakalagay po ito doon, nakareflect po sa ating secretary certificate yung authorized person, no, to represent ng firm and to do acts ng transactions. So, make sure po na yung nag-reflect po sa ating secretary certificate, sila din po yung mga person na nagre-reflect in all your documents, no, sa mga kailangan na with the transactions sa office mo ng DPWH, particularly sa Sultan Kudarat second DEO. Next, under your technical component envelope, meron tayong tinatawag na financial document maliban dun sa financial proposal, which is the next na topic natin. No? Yung financial document is containing the following. The prospective bidders audited financial statements showing among others the prospective bidders' total and current assets and liabilities, stamp receipt, technical stamp receipt by the DIR to its duly accredited and authorized institution for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. So, technical po dito, no? Stamp receipt by the DIR and or its duly accredited authorized institution. Like for example, bank, alam sila dito. Next, the prospective bidders' invitation of net financial contracting capacity or NFCC. So yung alignment ng ating NFCC, no, dun sa ating AFS or sa audited financial statement, tinitingnan din po yan. So make sure po na correct. And also, under financial document, itong pinatawagin Class A document, it follows na assurance sa last part na ito ng document, technical component envelope. If applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement or GVA in accordance with the RA number 4566 and its IRR in case the joint venture is already in existence, or duly authorized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the GVA in the instance that the bid is successful. So, yeah. Next. under presentan sa ating next component envelope, which is the financial, no? Ang financial proposal po natin, yung tawag, which is also the financial component envelope, is usually composed of 4 items. By default, 4 items po ito. First, the original duly signed accomplished financial bid form. Standard format po ito, wala po dapat binabago dito. Just fill in data na kailangan, which is your bid, and your signature, and your discount, and kung mayroong mga omission, make sure na meron kayong initials, no? Na signify din na kinorek nyo yung document. Next, under Padens of Financial Proposal, there are other documental requirements under RA number 9184, the original duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities. Next, the duly signed detailed estimates form, including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid. And lastly, your cash flow by quarter. So take note po dun sa mga na-mention natin, no? Sa mga documents to be submitted by the bidders, yung po, lahat po dapat is properly signed. Yung mga documents na hindi naman kinakailangan yung pirma but needed na yung page, no, is may initial nyo, pirmado nyo din po. So test, no, na talagang na-check nyo yung document ninyo. Yun. So I guess yun yung mga documents to be submitted by the bidders na need to be discussed ngayon. If meron kayong mga follow-up questions, stay willing to answer them during this slide. But while waiting sa inyong comments, we'll have discussion on the criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification and award to be discussed by our kasama natin sa ating sa Back Secretary, which is Mr. Alan Efraim, sir.
Thank you, Sir Frank, and good morning once again. So at this point, we're going to proceed to the next agenda, which is the criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification, and award. It is presumed that all bidders or contractors are very much aware or familiar with this CWA or the civil work application. So we'll go over this briefly. So yung eligibility check po natin is performed electronically. Yun na po yung tinatawag na CWA or civil works application. So bago po tayo mag-eligibility processing, nagkakanda po tayo ng contract profiling, wherein hindi po natin i-input yung mga basic contract data, which contract. For example, yung mga contract ID, contract name, ABC, video for category, so on and so forth. Ito po yung mga i-input po natin kasi ito po yung babasihan ng system to determine whether the bidder for a particular contract ID is eligible or ineligible. Yung CWA po natin, yung eligibility check ay pinakanda po natin almost simultaneously with the opening of bids. Habang po yung mga back members ay nag-open ng technical proposals ng mga bidders, nagkakanda din po tayo ng eligibility procedure. Only those bidders who have purchased the bidding documents and at the same time draft their bid envelope for a particular contract ID, ayun naman po ang makakasama sa eligibility processing. So kahit po bumili kayo ng bidding documents, hindi naman kayo nakasubmit ng bid envelope, hindi po makakasali sa eligibility processing. So after opening of all the technical proposals of the bidders for contract IDs to be bid, at saka meron na pong result ng eligibility processing, susunod po agad yung pag-open ng financial proposals. Pero yung financial proposal po lamang ng bidders who are found eligible during eligibility processing ang mabubuksan. So for those bidders who are found ineligible and the motion will be erased, there will be no opening of the financial proposal and the bid envelope will be returned to them immediately. However, bidders who were found ineligible may raise motion for reconsideration and submit the letter for consideration within 3 days to the back of this office for a resolution. Should the request for consideration be granted, the concerned bidder will be reprocessed in the eligibility processing, and if found eligible, his financial envelope shall be open. So, pagka meron pong request for reconsideration na sasabi po tayo ng request for unlocking for the concerned bidder. Pagka na-found out ng CWA Central Office na meritorious yung kanyang motion, ay ma-unlock po yung contract ID. And then, doon tayo magkakandak ng reprocessing. Tapos pag na-eligible na po yung bidder na formerly eligible, doon pa lang po ma-open yung kanya financial proposal. So, after opening and printing of all bids, magkakanda po si DPWH ng preliminary investigation of all submitted bids will follow until a lowest bidder is determined. So, alam naman po natin na during the opening of bids pa lang ay makikita po natin yung lowest bidder. Pero yung ibig sabihin na pag kayo ang lowest bidder ay sa inyo po ma-award yung contract. Kasi magkakanda po ng yung technical working group ay magkakanda ng detailed bid evaluation. Ito ma-determine yung lowest calculated bidder. After which, yung lowest calculated bidder ay will undergo a post-qualification to determine the lowest calculated bidder. Pagka yung yung lowest bidder ay na post-disqualified during post-qualification, mag-proceed po tayo sa second lowest calculated bidder ng post-qualification and so on and so forth hanggang po mag-determine po natin yung lowest calculated responsive bid. After determining the lowest calculated responsive bid, but resolution will be issued recommending award to the lowest calculated responsive bid and to be approved by the head of the procuring entity. I guess that will be all, Sir Frank, and thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the very detailed discussion of the criteria and procedure of eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, legal evaluation of bids, post-qualification and award. So, kanina before we discussed as discussed, sabi tayo na wait tayo ng mga comments. So, that will be our next agenda. Tingnan natin kung mga questions, comments from readers and replies of so we'll be checking the live. Okay. So far, wala po tayong chat or comments. So we'll be expecting pa din, no? Okay. So next, we'll proceed to the other matters. Yung ating other matters are yung mga important na kailangan nating tandaan, no? First, yung sa ating pag-purchase natin yung documents, yung nga pala yung ating activity. This is our activity. Today is March 21, 2024. So, ito yung schedule natin ngayon for Prebid. And our deadline for the dropping of bids will be on April 3, 2024 at 10 a.m. Our bidding document is available sa ating office sa DPWH Sultan Kudarat second DEO Procurement Office, no, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays, Mondays to Fridays. And sa mga interested bidders na bibili, you may purchase bidding documents, present the following mga required documents natin, no, based dun sa ating standard ng procedure ng pagbili ng documents, present yung proper identifications. If kayo po yung may-ari ng firm, if you are new contractor na gusto sumali sa amin, please present sa amin yung company profile ninyo and your valid identifications na kayo po yung may-ari. At the same time, yung pong list of project yung gusto yung salihan is we suggest na magagawa kayo ng letter of intent, no? Para kung matulungan namin kayo upang gumawa ng request for order of payment ng bids na gusto yung salihan. So, if yung mga interested bidder naman na hindi makapunta yung authorized liaison or yung may-ari, you may and you ought na gumamit ng other person to represent you, just make sure na meron po siyang dala special power of attorney at the same time identification ng person na hindi pong i-authorize. And yung regarding sa ating special power of attorney, no, I would like to remind also na yung special power of attorney ninyo dapat po indicated po yung project doon sa SPA na gusto nyo i-authorize a person to act, no? Ang act ng inyong i-allow siya is to transact o purchasing billing documents, or we also allow them to represent you during the drafting of bids. So yun na po yung limit ng ating authorized person na inyong ipapadala. Now, during sa ating drafting of bids, ganun din, no? Si authorized liaison or yung may-ari ng contractor, siya po yung mag-represent. Or if sa case naman na hindi po makapunta yung authorized liaison and yung owner mismo, pwede din again i-authorize din yung person na with dapat may dala din po siya ng SPA, Special Power of Attorney. And take note po, yung ating dropping of bids is exactly at 10 a.m. So we are monitored through our CCTV, no, na ating office. Yung proper timeline, yung proper deadline ng pag-drop po ninyo is being monitored. So for transparency purposes din, pag mayroong mga claims sa susunod, is meron kaming reference na talaga na-accept na ng deadline ng 10 and yung drop or pickups has been closed during the deadline. So yun po mga ating reminders natin. Now regarding sa ating bill jobs and sa ating billing documents, the billing documents is available for download in the DPWH and field jobs website. If you are field jobs registered, o kahit hindi kayo field jobs registered, parang pwede kayo download directly sa field jobs, no? Search for opportunities lang. And then gamitin po natin yung code. Like for example, sa ating today na discussion 24 MX-096, pwede po directly sa search ito sa opportunities sa field jobs. So 24 MX-096 for this case. And yung ganun din sa website ng DPWH, so pwede kayo pumunta dun sa business icon or sa business icon ng DPWH website. Then hanapin yung civil works and hanapin nyo din yung mga advertisement and search also for this code 24 MX-096 if you find it interesting. And pwede din yung i-download and print. Now, during sa printing, yung reminder natin is yung document po na yung in-upload namin doon sa PhilJobs and DPWH website are all formatted in A4 size document. So, ganun din po sa pag-print po ninyo yan, gamitin niyo po din yung A4 size na paper. Now, for the binding of the billing documents, po pwede po ninyo i-bind yan. Make sure din po pala na may proper pagination number po ang inyong mga bids, no? Although sa pwede nyo i-format yan, naka-PDF yan. And pwede nyo nalagayan ng page number 110 or in your means kung paano nilagyan ng pagination number. A4 size, if i-bound, we suggest i-bound po ninyo ng soft-bound and then punch on the middle left center side na left side centered na document para po sa easy filing sa aming contract folder, which is our ISO formatted folder. And yun, huwag kalimutan yung mga signatures na dapat pirmahan. And upon entry sa aming office po, meron tayong security protocols na sinusunod. So yung ating pong security guards or during bidding, meron na kaming mga police, may authority ho sa labas na nag-assist sa atin during PD. That's for the security lang. But then, during entry, present po ninyo yung mga proper identifications and mag-fill po kayo ng ating mga survey forms sa kung anong transaction ng inyong pupuntahan. For this case, mag-purchase of green documents or mag-tirap ng bids. And particular, yung regarding sa bidding documents ko is yung ating nakalagay din sa ating instruction to bidders, yung ng copies ng ating bids, no? Meron tayong isang original, at dalawang copies, which pwede yung ilagay ng copy 1 and copy 2. So, pareho naman silang copy. And make sure din po na yung mga copy 1 and copy 2 natin ng mga bids are all properly may signed or may initial, no? Ninyo as bidders. Clear copy, no? As gusto talaga i-emphasize ni Sir na clear copy, wag po yung blurry type na copy. Kasi ito po yung magiging pang-double check natin kung nagkaroon ba ng discrepancy dun sa original bid mo, medyo hindi klaro yung ka-print. Yung sa another copy ninyo, mamalaman namin kung mayroong talagang sinadya, no? Na error. So, make sure po na clear copy po yung copy 1 and copy 2 natin. Okay, so sir, meron po tayo additional na so far. So, check natin ulit natin live kung meron bang comments. So far, wala, no? And punta tayo sa ating agenda, balik sa agenda. So, I think we've come to sa ating summary proceedings na, including supplementary bid bulletins to be issued if meron. So, we'll have Rosella Papemia for the discussion of the summary proceedings, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Once again, good morning to everyone. I will give you the summary of proceedings. This Prebid for the contract 24 and H0096 was conducted by the Bank Secretariat led by the Head of Procurement Unit, Engineer Anthony Devin, was opened and presided by the Assistant District Engineer, David Idrapado, at 10:28 in the morning. The agenda 1A, which is the basic data, contract data, was discussed by the presider. And the requirements for the bidding documents was discussed by the planning engineer, Engineer Rizzi Dayag. And the next one is the documents to be submitted was discussed by Mr. Franco Rivalorizo. He discussed the technical proposal and the financial proposal. Well, the criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examinations of bid, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification, and award was discussed by Mr. Alan M. Friend. For the questions, comments of the bidders, and replies from the bank and other representatives of the procuring entity, the agenda 2, we have received none. And then for the other matters, it was discussed by Mr. Franco Rivalorizo. We have no supplemental utilities.
Thank you, Ma'am Rosalie, for the summary proceedings. We'll have our Head of the Procurement Staff for the closing meeting. Sir?
Hello, once again, good morning to the partners in our construction industry, all contractors, to the members of the BAC and BAC Secretariat. Good morning. So, if there is any additional agenda for this Prebid conference for this project, would like to close this Prebid conference at exactly 11:06 at DPWH Sultan Kudarat 2nd Engineering District Office Conference Room DPWH Sultan Kudarat. That's all for now.